We're going to start in a ragdoll forward fold. So take your feet hips width distance apart. Put a gentle bend in your knee. Fold forward at your hips, bringing your chest close to your thighs. Take opposite hand and grasp opposite elbow. Hang heavy here. Letting your exhale sink you a little bit deeper, releasing the muscles in the backs of the legs, all the way up through the spine into your neck. Hang your head heavy and breathe. In and out through your nose. And deep breaths. And then plant your hands on the mat, toe heel your feet to touch. As you inhale, come to a flat back. As you exhale, fold. Breathe in, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands out in front of you. Step back, downward dog. Your upside down V pose. Hands are shoulder width distance, feet are hip width distance, and then walk it out. Bending one knee and then the other. Tilting your tailbone towards the ceiling. And pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Just breathe here in and out through your nose. And then when you're ready, come to a still down dog. So breathing here nice and deep in and out through your nose. Pressing firmly through your hands, reaching your heels towards the mat. Just deep breaths here in and out. From here, you're going to step your left foot forward in between your hands. As you inhale, lower the back knee to a hover. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, straighten through both legs and fold. Breathe in, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in, come forward. Exhale back. You're folding over straight legs. This is a variation of pyramid pose. So your front leg is your left leg. It's straight. You're bringing your gaze towards your belly button. And then taking your left hip and shifting it back, bringing your right hip forward. From here, inhale, come forward. Spin your back heel down, cartwheel up, warrior two. You're here for just a moment as you straighten through your front leg. And then from here, kick your right heel back. Reach your left arm forward as far as it goes. And then plant it either on your shin or the mat. As you reach your left arm high, you're in triangle pose. Stretching through the back of your left leg. Gaze can either be at your top hand or down at your bottom foot. And just breathe here, opening across your chest. Turning your chest towards the ceiling. And then plant your hands down, both inside of your left foot. Lower the back knee, uncurl the back toes. You're coming into lizard lunge, so you can deepen this pose any amount. You can stay on your hands or you can move down to your forearms and then hang your head heavy. Stretching through the outside of the left hip here and the front of the right hip flexor. Breathing into that space. Again, just in and out through your nose. And then from here, if you want to go forward and add A quad stretch as a variation to this, you'll come up onto your hands. With your left hand, reach back and grab your right foot behind you. Breathe through the quad stretch. Release it when you're ready. Plant your hands on the mat, lift your back knee, step back to a plank pose, and then press into your downward dog. And this time we're going to take the right foot, step it forward in between the hands. As you breathe in, lower the back knee to a hover, lift through the chest. As you exhale, fold over straight legs. Breathe in, lift the chest, hover the back knee. Exhale, fold. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out and fold. Hold here. So you're folding over the right leg, which is straight, bringing your gaze to your belly button. And then take your right hip and spin it back and spin your left hip forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. From here, bring a bend back into the front knee. Cartwheel yourself up. Warrior number 2. Kick your left heel back and straighten through your front leg. Reach your right arm forward and then plant your hand down onto the mat or your shin. Bring your left hand high. You're in triangle pose. Breathe here. Opening across your chest through the back of the right leg. And then when you're ready, bring both hands down inside the front foot. Lower through the back knee, uncurl the back toes, and come into your variation of lizard lunge on this side. So if you came down to your forearms, you can do so here as well. This time you're getting a stretch through the front of the left hip flexor and the outside of the right hip. Make sure you're hanging your head heavy, breathing here. And then again, the option to go into a quad stretch is available here. And the steps you'd take to get there would be to walk up onto your hands, bend through the left knee, reach back with your right hand, and grasp the left foot. Pressing through your left hand firmly, drawing the left shoulder away from left ear. And then when you're ready, release the foot, plant your hand back down, lift the knee, step back to plank, and then to your downward dog. Take a deep breath here. And just breathe. You're going to bring your left knee forward. We're coming into half pigeon pose, so you'll wiggle your right knee as far back as it goes. Try and plant that left hip onto the mat, all while keeping your hips square. If it doesn't make it to the mat by keeping your hips square, you can place a block under it. But then from here, you're going to fold over that left thigh, melting into the earth. And so again, it's so important to keep your hips square, and it's important to be able to relax through that left hip, letting it melt into something. So if you need maybe a blanket underneath it, that might help. Just breathe, focus on trying to relax those muscles. Making sure your breath is in and out through your nose. And then gently walk your hands back towards your body. And then very slowly press your chest off of that front thigh. Walk that right knee in so you can curl the toes under. Lift up and bring yourself back into downward dog. You might walk it out a little bit in between, but then we're going to take the other side. So your right knee will come forward, coming into half pigeon. You can set the alignment by making sure the right thigh is parallel with the right side of the mat. And then walk that left knee back as far as it goes. Lift yourself tall to get long, and then fold over that right knee. Make sure that your forehead has something to rest on, and then be aware that your hips might be a little bit different. So you might need a bit more support under the right hip than you do the left, or vice versa. But just be aware of that. Again, try and make sure the hips stay as square as possible, and that the right hip has something to sink into and to relax that helps you open up. Make sure your forehead has something to relax on. And then just breathe here in and out through your nose. When you're ready, you'll walk your hands back towards your body, lift through your chest. Walk the left knee towards you as you curl the toes under and press back to downward dog. From here, you're going to lower your knees to the mat. You might bring your heels outside your glutes and plant your hands behind you. This is a variation of reverse child's pose. You might relax your head. And then from here, if you'd like to go ahead and tent your fingers, lift your hips, stretch across the front side of your body. You might release your head back. Breathe in big. Feel your belly rise. Slowly lower your hips back down. You might take one more variation. As you inhale, press through your hands. Lift your hips towards the ceiling. Release your head back. And then as you exhale, release your glutes back down. From here, swing your legs out in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees splay out wide. You're in Supta Baddha Konasana. You can keep your hands at your hips here. Or if you like, you can eventually walk them over your head so your palms are face up and your arm and your biceps are drawn alongside your ears, palms face up. From here, bring your hands to the outside edges of your knees, close them up like a book. Hug your knees into your chest, rock gently side to side. And then from here, you'll slowly and carefully rock yourself up to a seated position. We're going to come to a seated forward fold, so extend your legs out in front of you. Come onto your sit bones. Inhale your arms high and fold forward over your legs. So your toes are facing the ceiling as your feet are flexed. If you can't reach your feet, you can grasp behind your knees or your calves, maybe your ankles. Relax your head here. Bring your gaze towards your belly button. And just breathe. Feel a stretch in your back, but also along the back sides of your legs. And then gently push yourself up to a seat. Take your left knee into your chest. Plant it on the earth. Cross your right elbow past your left knee as you tighten your left fingertips behind you and come into a seated twist. Use that left hand to press you tall, reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And just breathe here. You'll take the other side, so extend the left leg, bend the right knee, plant the right foot, and cross left elbow past right knee. Plant right hand behind you to lift you tall. And just breathe. Come back through to center. And then from here, come into your Shavasana pose as you lie onto the mat and take a few moments for yourself. Shavasana.